talk about Garoppolo real quick. All offseason, he was getting a lot of criticism. Now, I think it's pretty popular and in vogue to praise him a lot. Be like, he's not the problem with this team. He took a lot of grief. They wrote him off. He's playing pretty well. Are we going a little too far on the Garoppolo praise?
Yeah. I think people are going too far because they're saying he's not the problem. They're absolutely right. There's a lot of problems with this football team, and Jimmy Garoppolo is maybe number 8 or number 9 on that list because he's playing like a solid average starting quarterback, which is what he is. And the thing is, to me, first things first, if you think he's not the problem on this team, then you don't think he was the reason they won in 2019 either. To me, that needs to be made clear because he's more or less playing in the same level, and they've lost 5 out of 6 this year. They were 8-0 to start at this point in 2019. So that's the first thing to me that needs to be mentioned. The second thing is he's still not doing anything that, starting quarterbacks shouldn't be able to do. He still misses stuff from time to time. He still misses easy throws from time to time. He makes a lot of throws that starting NFL quarterbacks should make. That's why he's paid like a franchise guy, and that's why most people, even his biggest detractors, say, "Look, no matter what, this guy is a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's not a backup. He's a real one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the NFL, no doubt. He should be one of the starters. He's a very solid player." That way. And I think most people agree with that. I just think that people are going overboard and saying, he's been playing great. The Niners haven't been doing well around him, blah, blah, blah. The Niners have to do better around him because of what he is. And it's because he has limitations. And when
There's
he
nothing
plays at this
explosive to
level
his game,
and
which
you're
means there's
playing
nothing
the way you
explosive
are,
about the offense that he's in because the explosive element has to come from the running back or the yards after the catch. He doesn't throw down the field that well or that often, and he doesn't move that well. So he's like, I don't know.
yeah, and even the down the field throw, right? Like the one, like he had a couple of gutsy throws in that the game that were real good. He throws the ball over the middle at times with great anticipation. It looks real pretty. At times he doesn't anticipate anything. And the one he threw to Kittle has 2 steps on the guy and he's throwing the ball back shoulder. If he just puts the ball out in front of him, it's a walk-in touchdown. Kittle doesn't have to make that unbelievable catch. Those are the little things with his ball placement and his limitations. But I mean, it's just overall, I just feel like, it's not that he's playing bad or that they need to replace, or I mean, they ultimately have made the decision to replace him. So I don't even need to mention that, or that he's not an okay quarterback or anything. It's just the fact that people are acting like, oh, it's poor Jimmy, blah, blah, blah. He's not the reason they're winning. He's not giving them reasons to win. He's just not the reason they're losing. And so
If he were better, they wouldn't have lost 5 out of the last 6.
exactly.
Yeah, and this is one thing. Pro Football Focus does a good job of charting this. Like,
The big
there's
time
no
growth.
explosive element to his game, but there's also a high level of turnovers to his game, and that's a bad combination. So even when he's playing at his best, it's kind of a losing equation, and it's hard to fathom because he did so much winning that way earlier in his career, but it's caught up to him.
Yeah, and people immediately like to. I see takes like this all the time. People get real mad in my Twitter mentions. People, older guys, are like, you don't understand anything. Like quarterback, like that guy inspires his team. That guy, he's, Jimmy Garoppolo, like he makes George Kittle give a little bit extra on that block, and he makes Deebo Samuel take that pass to go 85 yards. He wouldn't do it for any other quarterback. And first of all, I think it's BS. And second of all, I think we're seeing the result of, I don't think Jimmy's motivating, quote unquote, motivating his team any less. Now we're just finding out that his average play without having a very good roster around him means you're going to lose 5 out of 6.